I don't even see us live yet.
Hi. I don't either, actually,
We have a
but
little
that's
bit of
okay.
buffer time. Get your crazy shit out of the way now. If you want to say anything offensive, now's a good time.
Yeah. Like, what's up with the minorities insert here? Okay.
Get them out of here, dude. All right,
Perfect
we're on
timing, right as
YouTube.
we go
Yeah.
All
live.
these minorities in our stream
All right.
chatting.
I don't know
All right,
why.
we're good on both.
For some reason, this thing
Yay! Hi,
always
you
goes.
guys.
Okay. All right, dudes.
All right, dudes.
Twitch. Hopefully you're here. If
I
not,
like how it says
shame.
hang with your dudes.
It's that's what it is today. Okay. All right. Twitch stream, YouTube. What up?
Where does it say that?
It's a little pop-up when we
Oh
go
no.
live on Twitch.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
her.
But that's like dudes, like as like guys, like hey
I'm
guys.
not,
It's
I
like,
like it. I don't,
oh
there's
yeah,
zero offense.
cool.
All right, we're ready. We going. Dude, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. My name is Mark,
I'm Vic.
I'm Evelyn.
and we are, you ready? To live
To
and
live and
talk
talk in LA.
That
Oh,
one was better.
Still working on it though.
That's pretty good. That was like 90%.
yeah. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm hyped, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but right now, LeBron just won the game for the Lakers. Put back my king, my GOAT, at the age of 40. I'm sweating.
Dude, he's 40 and he's still doing it. How's he running around like that? That's crazy.
He's
What, like it's hard or something?
I think so. When you're 40, I don't want to be running around a basketball court. Like, what the fuck?
he's
Yeah, I
not
have no
young.
idea.
He is like some people think I like LeBron. No, I love LeBron. This is like a big thing. So like to watch someone in 40 years old doing his thing, I'm closer to 40 than Evelyn and Victor are. It gives me a little bit of hope.
He's also playing against people who are half his age. Like, he like it's one thing to do something when you're old, but then to like do it against someone who's 20 years younger than you and you're still
Mhm.
better than them is really hard. Like, imagine trying to run a block against like a 20-year-old who's fit. Like, that's a challenge, man. I couldn't do that.
Isn't this how you
Tough
injured
shot.
yourself, Mark?
I injured myself playing basketball. Uh, Basketball is my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. And okay, did I like? I think Victor, I gave you the play-by-play of what happened, but I think there is something to be said about this because I'm unpacking this as time goes by. This the trauma, and before the injury, I remember the ball hitting my ankle. And when the ball hit my ankle, I felt a shot, like a shock, go up my leg. Like something I've never felt before, ever. Something felt weird at that moment. And I was like, that's weird. But then I've had things where it felt weird. And I said, you know what? I'm going to play through the pain. Like it's not a big deal.
That's what you do. Yeah.
As the train goes by, again, it's that time. They're here on time. Choo choo. And then I got the game started. I got the ball, held it. I pivoted on my left foot. My right foot stepped forward. I pushed off my left foot, and then that's when it all went down. And it just popped. Pop went the Achilles, and I just went down like a ton of bricks,
I think if
dude.
you stopped in that initial moment, would it have not popped? You think you could have
I don't
prevented the
know.
pop?
That's, I mean,
Doubtful.
I don't
I
It
know.
can
probably just
always,
would have happened later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it would have happened in Nollins.
At least it happened in action. Because, like, if you're walking to your car or something, you don't have anybody there. Like, when you get up, the audience claps and everybody's, like, hyping you up and stuff. At least you weren't alone.
Yeah. I mean, it happened,
Yeah.
and then it sucked. But watching
Right.
LeBron,
Is he on the Lakers?
he is on the Lakers. I'm not going to be. I have no time to throw shade at you for not knowing the basic LA
Yes,
lore
he is on the
of
Lakers.
LeBron.
I'm just messing around. I know
Yeah,
he
like,
wears the
oh
Lakers
my
jersey.
gosh.
Oh, wow.
He
Yeah.
won. He just makes me so proud.
Get him
Like,
fired up.
have
Get him fired up.
Yeah, he's
have you
getting
been
red.
have you heard all the LeBron songs that have been coming out for him?
No, are they
No?
good?
No,
Okay. Well, we're gonna
not
start
at all.
sharing
Like a
those.
Swan
It's
song, LeBron song?
it's just it's the LeBron glazing songs that people are doing. So there's like a shit ton out now. So we'll put them out there and build in our Spotify and Apple Music playlist. It'll be pretty sweet.
Okay, I'm
Nice.
down.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, throw it out there. I want to see what's going on.
Just that's.
I need to hear more. I'm curious. Barely, but I'm curious.
I mean, his name is LeBron. It's not Steve. It's not Michael. It's not David. It's
He
LeBron.
was born for greatness with that name, I feel like,
It's like Shannon Sharp said, like you hold the baby up and you're like, his name, LeBron.
Yeah.
You just hold him up. That's just greatness right there. To be there on December, what was it, 5th or December 6th?
I don't know.
I
his
wish
birthday.
I
I'm not
shared
his
this
biggest
level of
fan.
excitement. This is
You're
insane.
starting to lose me too, Mark. I'm just saying. I'm
I'm just
drifting.
hyped, dude.
Yeah, it's
He
great.
did it. Beat
That's
him in the
good.
game.
I'm glad you guys both came in hype today. We have some nice energies going around the room for the dudes. Is
Yeah.
it the Mercury in retrograde, or is
I-
there something in the stars or something?
I'm taking wins everywhere I can because I'm taking L's. I am taking mad L's this week.
I
Yeah,
know you
take the
did
good
have
with the bad.
a couple things going on, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, collectively, I think maybe we're all going through something. Maybe you, the listeners, are going through something too. But I did an open mic on Monday.
Hmm.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Was it?
And then
Until
I
dun
heard
dun
something in
dun.
the tone there. I'm sensing
was-
some
it-
sarcasm.
it was an open mic. I don't like doing open mics. I will do it for the reps. It's like going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym, but I want to do it for the reps so I can be ready for Saturday at the Pasadena Ice House, 4:30, the early show, because nothing says comedy like the sun being out when you go into a club. So go there Saturday. I hope to see you there. I'll have stickers for you if you show up. And I'll be telling jokes, and I was getting my reps in, and then all of a sudden, saying our goodbyes to the homies, and I get in the car, and I'm driving, and immediately felt like my Achilles popped. I was like, something's not right here. Immediately.
Flashbacks.
Trigger.
I get out of the car, I hit the hazards, and then I go check the tire, completely fucking flat. I said, "Great, this is
Gosh.
awesome."
Yeah.
So then I am able to bust a U-turn and go to the gas station where I just came from, and I put the air in the tire. And when I put the air, all of a sudden I hear. Tss.
Ugh.
And I said, "Oh."
Dude, that's the
not what you
worst
wanna
sound to
hear.
hear. Yeah, no.
I didn't even buy any time to get home. I'm not gonna make it. So I call AAA and I get towed home. And Victor, I don't know if you like because you recently had to deal with this too, a flat tire and you got towed.
I was towed recently, yeah, like 3 weeks
Do
ago.
you have AAA?
I do.
Okay. Did you fall in the radius of where the ride was covered from where you were to home? Because there's like a 6 mile radius that they will cover.
You got to upgrade, bro. I'm a gold member, so
Yeah, it depends on your membership. I
shit
have
goes
like
really
way
far.
more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? What the hell kind
He
of
drove me
membership
to
am
like
I
two
on?
different tire shops, and then was like, okay, let's just
Yeah,
stop here.
dude.
I'm like, all right.
What the fuck? Okay, so this is in the middle of the night, and then they say you have 6 miles of coverage, and I was like, okay, sure. The mile coverage was 8. I think if you round it up to 9, but they did 8. So I had to pay, I think like $40. I think it was $20 per
man.
mile. I think it was $20 per mile. So
It's like
They
an
got me
Uber, man.
That's funny. It's kind of indicative of the kind of person you are, though, because who would get a plan that only covers you for 8 miles for like the year? Like you must not. You don't go anywhere far. You don't go to the desert or like to the mountains or anything because you
Gotta
you'd be
check out
stuck
that
up there.
membership.
Yeah,
You gotta
you're
see what's
city
going on.
boy.
you know what it is? I had a AAA membership, and I'm now it's all coming back to me like how I tore my Achilles. I switched over to T-Mobile at some point, And one of the T-Mobile perks was you get AAA free for X amount of years. And I said, okay,
Oh,
cool.
don't do
Yeah.
that with your insurance,
It's free,
bro.
dude.
Well, yeah. So like I rolled it over, and now it's not. It's no longer free. It is like whatever it is. It's just a standard plan. So I'm paying for it, and I'm not thinking about it. It's like you have like 7 different streaming subscriptions. You're like, oh, I totally forgot about Paramount, and you're paying for it. I forgot I have AAA, and I realized I have AAA. So that's how I have 6 miles of coverage. Now I'm going to go back there and demand satisfaction.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
You
I-
got it. You got to get a
something.
new one.
Okay.
Because you
Wait,
can't even
here-
get home. Like, that's not doing any good.
here's the kicker. Guy was nice. The tow truck person picked me up, loaded up the car. Funny side note was I knew the name of the company that was picking me up. They told me, I saw on the text message. I'm at the gas station. I see flashing lights of the tow truck and they say, he's here. I said, dope, I'm here. I'm in my car, so I get out and I see a tow truck in the gas station, like in a pump. And I said, oh, that's weird. He's fast. I go up to him like, yo, I'm right here. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you're here to like, he's like, no, that's not me. But it was another car, same company picking me up. So confusion, embarrassing.
That sucks.
And then the guy picks me, like gets the car, does the whole song and dance, lifts it. I was like, it's very fast. I'm very impressed. I was like, he should be in NASCAR changing tires. This
They're
guy is
good.
quick.
Yeah.
They're good. We drive through. I expect the charge. I know it. I'm gonna pay. Do you take card? He said yes. Perfect. He gives me the machine to swipe my card or whatever. Tip. Do you
No.
tip your tow truck driver?
What did he charge you? They don't charge me. They just take me anywhere. What the hell is this?
Well, okay, Mr. fucking Fancy Pants, where you can drive all the way from fucking LA to where E lives,
What,
and
he
then
had a-
you're covered.
He had a stripe fucking machine in his car or what? What is that? It's
It
weird.
was in his phone. It was he put the
something's
phone,
going on,
he
dude.
tapped the card, but it asked for a tip, and I said, "Do you tip your tow truck driver?" Like, I don't
No.
know.
Let me ask you
answer is
guys. Let me
Why?
ask you guys the question that I know that everybody else is asking themselves right now too. Do you not have a spare tire in your car?
That's the. That's
Because
this is
both
what
of you guys are being towed for a tire?
Yeah.
I do not have a spare. My car doesn't have a spare.
What's the man logic behind that? Because I wouldn't have been in that situation because I would have put on my spare.
My car physically does not have a place for a spare unless I just throw it in my trunk.
Oh yeah, we've talked about
There's-
this.
there is
It's
no
actually
spare.
a
It's
dealer
fucking
error.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay, what's your
Yeah.
excuse, Marcus?
Okay, so I don't have it there.
Yeah, your car's old. You should have a spare.
My car is old, first of all, but somewhere along the lines I am missing the spare tire. I don't know what happened. This car is old, okay? I am missing the spare tire. I don't know where it is. This happened to me a year ago, 2 years ago, where the tire was flat. I had to get towed. So what I did was, okay, I'm going to be a responsible adult. I'm going to go to the tire shop, the used tire shop, and look for a spare. Talk to the guy. I actually knew him from school, and I was like, "Hey man, like, do you have a spare tire?" He's like, "I don't have anything in stock. Let me call you." It's been a year and a half because I totally forgot about it because I'm not constantly thinking about my spare.
It's his fault.
I'm thinking about To Live and Talk in LA, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or however you get your podcast. And I'm just thinking about the grind, and I didn't think about the fucking spare. I forgot about it. I realized it then when I got the flat. And so I have no spare in my car right now, and I'm going to do the song and dance for this weekend or next weekend. I'm going to go get the spare, and they'll tell me the same thing, and we'll revisit this conversation in about
Go
a year and
somewhere
7 months.
else.
Say,
Go
yeah.
somewhere else.
You'll remember next time your tire pops.
Well, I'm really sad. I'm sorry. I'm like, what? Do you want to talk about your other L's that you've taken?
Well, wait, can
No,
I
I
ask you
don't.
a question?
Okay, first of all, fuck you. There is no spare in the car. I know this, okay?
No, but
because
it's
I went
supposed to,
shopping.
though.
It's supposed to, but I don't know where the spare went. That's the whole thing. Like, there at some point, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my car. Where like the whole thing with my car was, I was gonna make a decision to buy a new car or get a new car like in 2019, 2020. Then something came along called COVID, where I didn't have to drive for 2 years, and I was like, okay, well then I'm gonna put it off. My car still runs.
The
Except for I
real
gotta
man
check it.
probably put the spare on for you and then gave you some instructions that you didn't follow. Third Eye Portal is right there. It's like $50. Spares are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So
They are, but when you
yeah,
don't
it's
have
just-
the spare tire because they don't have the model in stock, I
maybe you
don't
can
know.
order it on Amazon. That way you don't have to leave your house.
Oh yeah,
There
not
you
a
go.
bad idea.
You can get the wrong
Or like
size.
Costco. Are you a Costco person? You can hit Costco.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a bad experience buying tires from Costco, so I don't buy tires from Costco.
Mark, how long did it take the tow truck driver to get to you?
It actually estimated way longer than they got there. So I think it was about, let's say, an hour and 20 minutes was the ETA.
Yeah.
And they got there in like about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because when mine popped, I figured it out in a 7-Eleven parking lot. So I was pulled over. I got out of the car. I'm like, yeah, it's super flat. And I waited. It said 60 minutes, and it took the guy 59 minutes to get to me. And I was all stressed out. I'm like, my phone's dying. I'm like, wait, what's happening? And I'm looking up places that are open to take my car to. It was like 6 o'clock on a Sunday. By the time I got to the Firestone, the guy's like, oh yeah, we're closed. Sorry, bro. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I
Damn,
called
dude.
you 6 times and you didn't pick up. And I see there's like 10 people here, so what the fuck? And then so we left. The tow truck driver took me there, and I'm like, nah, it's no good. And he's like, all right, we'll go to some other place. And he took me to a different place that also closed in an hour, so I had to get my car the next day. But it's like, I always seem to get flat tires in the middle of the night, you know? And then you can't do shit about it. I hate having to get my car the next day, but what can you do? It's
Yeah.
life.
Car maintenance sucks. I mean, plain and simple. Who wants to do that? Adults? What?
My car says power steering service required today. I'm like, God damn it. Something new every week. There's a new light that pops up on this damn car. I'm tired of it, dude.
I'm just starting to think it's a show at this point. They don't really mean anything. Like they're just on and I kind of let it run.
Yeah, I don't change anything until it's really bad. So I don't know if that's working or if that's the problem. I can't tell.
So what have you been up to, Vic? Mark's been taking lots of L's. What's going on in the life of Vic?
I mean, things are pretty good. You know, I was on location at a photo shoot last week. That was pretty cool. It's nice to be behind the curtain and see, photo shoots for commercials and stuff happening. It's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I already told you guys I was playing a poker computer game for like 6 hours during the day, but I was checking it out in here and there, getting glimpses, and that was pretty cool. I don't want to put too much details out there because it's still kind of still kind
Top
of in the
secret.
ether.
Yeah.
It's still top secret. But I have done some job interviews over the last week, and it's pretty exciting. And I'm not gonna lie, when you have a new job coming along, okay, dude.
That's enough.
Anyways, when you have a new job coming along and things are looking good, it makes your current situation look really bad. I got in there today, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here, dude? I was like, ugh. Like, I was there for 15 minutes, and I was like,
Damn.
I want to just do something terrible to just get fired so I don't have to come back here and just take some time off. I really did. I texted.
Yeah, that's what you were texting us too. So if
Yeah.
you guys have ideas for Vic, throw it in the chat.
Well, so I texted you guys, and you're like, I don't remember exactly what the response was. And so I texted you know who, and I said, honestly, I don't really want to be here. I'm thinking of just doing something really bad and getting fired. She said, what? No. And I'm like, okay, I was
You could just quit.
No, but I don't want to leave and then they're in a bad situation because I'm leaving and there's all these holes and people don't know how to do what, right? So I would rather
But if they fire you, isn't that still gonna happen?
no, but then they feel good about it. I'd rather get dumped. I'd rather get dumped than leave, on my
Okay,
own.
okay. Yeah, I hear you.
So, but then I was thinking, God, okay, what would I do? It's a kid. There's a lot of kids around, so it's trickier. Like, what kind
Yeah.
of bad thing could I do at work to get fired from this like kids thing? And I'm like,
What about stealing? You could steal something.
Stealing could work. They do have a lot of Magic the Gathering and Pokemon cards there, so I was thinking of a heist.
But then you could
know.
you could do time for that.
Yeah, I don't actually want to get arrested, which rules out a lot of stuff. I was thinking, well, I could, harass somebody and enough to get I could say the N-word. That would probably work. I don't know. There's like 6 options that
Yeah.
popped in my head, but I thought, I don't know. These all seem pretty bad. I'm just going to I'm going to sleep on it. So I have to go back tomorrow.
I'm glad that you guys are feeling hyped though
Yeah.
about all of this stuff.
Yeah, I am.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it feels good.
I feel like hype is not where I'm at right now, but it's kind of a nice balance to have you guys hype it up right now. The thing that's absorbing my life, which I put on Bible, is Lost, the television show Lost. Like you doing hours of that poker game
Yeah.
is me just like I started having nightmares, like the way you were saying, like the song kept playing in your head. I started having lost nightmares. Like whenever I see something a lot, especially TV shows, like I'll dream about it. And of course, I'm nightmare prone, and Lost is not like sunshines and rainbows, okay? Despite the fact that it's on an island.
You
I
keep seeing
love
that
that
fat
fucking
guy with the
show.
curly hair.
Dude, her is his name her
It's the
Hugo?
only character I
Hugo
remember
Her
from that
Hugo
show.
Hurley?
Mhm.
Yeah. So good. Oh, and Severance. Yeah, of course. Those are the only two things that
Yes.
are absorbing my life. But while I was watching Lost, I was like, first of all, the cinematography is actually pretty good. I don't know if you guys have seen Lost. It's not bad for when it was actually recorded, but it made me just start thinking about all the other shows that I was watching at the same time, like old TV shows that just slap.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a list. You guys can let me know does it slap, does it not? But I want to start with whoever put the second option on there, which is
Guess who it is?
I knew it
Guess.
was you. I knew it. I was like, it's gonna be Vic. The line says, y'all, Star Trek exclamation point. All of it
All of
exclamation point.
it. Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts.
Well, I think Star Trek slaps, dude. I watch it almost every day. I watch an episode of Star Trek. And
What?
what's great about it is that there's enough of it so that you can just keep watching different ones through infinity. Like I got kind of bored, so I was watching Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise, right? That shows you
Hmm.
the beginning of the Federation, how it all started. You see Captain John Archer, he's the first one to do it for planet Earth. Very, very cool. I finished that like 2 weeks ago, so then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna rewatch DS9. DS9, a little bit more serious, more like genocide and stuff. But there's also a lot of funny, great characters. Like it just never gets old. Then I'm gonna go watch TNG after that. Then
Mark,
Strange New
do you know
Worlds.
any Star Trek, Mark?
No, I just know there's Captain Picard, and I know
TNG
there's
baby, that's the best one.
yeah, so I know Captain Picard, and I know I'm totally blanking on Shatner's name.
All I know is
Yeah,
Spock,
Spock.
Spock,
Spock, and
OG,
then the little that's
little
Spock. But I know I
imposter.
used
That's
to
the one.
watch it, but Star Trek is one of those that definitely falls under that category of that era, that time of shows that just freaking slapped. Mark, of the list that's on there, what what if, I don't know if you looked at it. What stands out to you? Like, what was your like? Yeah,
I
it's in
thought a
it.
lot of these were his.
No,
I wrote them all out. It
Oh
was
my
me.
gosh, really? I thought Malcolm in the Middle was marked 100%.
Mhm.
No,
Well,
that's me,
Oh,
100%. I'm
wow.
obsessed with Malcolm in the Middle. I went back and watched it as a full-grown adult and almost cried because like it was actually a very, very good show.
Hmm.
I'll die on that hill. It's fantastic. And Frankie Muniz is just chef's kiss. But
Is
what
the
do you got, Mark?
mom like a drag? Because that's what I remember, but I don't know if that was just me being like a shitty teenager. But I feel like the mom was so annoying in that show.
She's
well,
just a stressed mom and
Is
yeah.
she?
like,
Because like,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like she
yeah.
gets a bad rap.
Well, first of all, I'm a complicated man, Freckles, right? So,
That's right. And I have freckles. I like that. That's a lost reference, y'all. Good job.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I love Malcolm in the Middle, and like the reason why I didn't add TV shows here is because I've talked about my go-tos a lot, so I wanted to see where you guys go with it. I absolutely adore Malcolm in the Middle. I think it's a perfect. I always I'm very specific when I use the word perfect because I don't think it's the best show ever, but I think it's a perfect show. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah. I like that.
it's like an In-N-Out cheeseburger. It hits on all cylinders. It's perfectly made to order, and it's great. When I watched it as a kid, I was like, dude, the mom is such a fucking drag. And for a lot of TV shows that like and movies when I get older, I'm like, the mom was right.
Right.
110%
Isn't that
right. It's
funny
like
how that is?
that's life. Like
A
when
lot
I
of shows
watch,
and movies like that.
You even go, damn, I can't believe she held it down like that with
yeah,
Hal's dumbass just going around and doing God knows fucking what. Like,
Four
yeah.
sons? Four or three?
Uh, Three. Well, it's
four,
three
yeah,
to begin
four.
with, and
Reese,
then it's
You have Reese, you have the older
Dewey.
brother, you have the
oh,
younger brother, and you have, yeah, Dewey.
then it's five because then they have
Then they
Jamie.
have the little one way
They have
later.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, I didn't even know that. I
Yeah.
fell off. Yeah.
It's I
He's the
think
guy that, the older brother, the actor is actually the brother of the guy that plays Hyde in that 70s show, right?
I
mhm.
remember
The
the younger brother. I
Masterson
can't remember his
brother.
name, but I remember him. Yeah.
it's is it Chris Masterson?
Yeah, Chris Masterson. I think you're
See,
right.
I'm killing in TV trivia. I will
Yeah,
like
you.
I'm putting it down on I'm standing on all business. But I
Third
love
Eye
Malcolm.
Portal thinks that you're into King of the Hill and 30 Rock, which King of the Hill
Mhm.
slaps. I didn't have that on my list, but that slaps. It's
Yeah.
awful. Would not watch it, but when I was growing up, that was like a necessary piece of my life.
Wait,
It's
Propane
what's
and
awful
propane.
and you won't watch it?
what's what?
What's awful and you won't watch it? What did you just say?
King of the Hill.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, same.
No,
Yeah.
King of the Hill is a fucking brilliant show.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It
And it's
really is.
awful.
It's the whole like I mean it's I don't know why Victor hates it so much because I revere him and I think so highly of him. And then he does shit like this where he starts shitting on King of the Hill, where it's a fucking perfect show. It's another good one where the writing is just top tier.
Hmm.
So I'll always go to bat for King of the Hill. I saw his eyes roll in the back of his head like he's the Undertaker, and I was like, nah, dude, it's a good show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
From beginning, like
Mhm.
that opening sequence, iconic. Like their
Yeah.
little moments that they have in between each other, the accents, everything.
Dude,
Dude,
are you
Mark, what the
kidding
fuck?
me, bro? I don't know. You guys keep talking. Podcast's
What
gonna pick this up. I'm gonna mute myself.
what else, Vic? What's on that list that you're like, yeah, it stood out to me too?
Okay. I mean, so X-Files is great. I love X-Files. I try to rewatch it, every like so often, and I don't really get very far. The story, it's like kind of get
Yeah.
all over the place. But the thing is, that's better for the monster of the week. Like, there's so many episodes of X-Files that like I vividly remember. My parents used to
Yeah.
watch it, and I remember in like fourth grade, me and my friend Matthew watched an episode of X Files with my parents about like some like bat creature that lived in an attic or something of a house or I don't know what. And that shit traumatized me for weeks. Fucking weeks. I wouldn't go to the bat.
It
I like,
used to scare me.
yeah.
I wouldn't, I was really young when X-Files was running, but I would
Yeah, we were little.
stop watching it. And the other ones that I put on the same line as X-Files, for those of us that are like a little closer maybe to my age, are Fringe and Bones, which
They're
were like
not those.
right in the same. It was like Channel 11, like sci-fi-y. Like
Yeah.
Bones was more like it was somebody who like it was like some CIA or something. Like they evaluated bodies and shit and like they
Mm,
figured out crimes. And Fringe was just like it's like a world with a third dimension or something. Like it's all in the same kind of realm.
yeah.
But I'm also seeing this in the chat. Buffy and Charmed, which I did have Buffy the Vampire Slayer on
It's
here.
there. Mm-hmm.
And the one that I didn't put on, of course, but is the honorable mention, is also Angel. Those are all in the same kind of, and they were fantastic,
I
those
didn't know
shows.
those shows. I didn't know
David
that.
Boreanaz. I wonder what he's doing now because he started off in Buffy, went to Bones, and then uh he did it. Well, Angel first. It was Angel, then he went to
Yeah,
Bones. So
yeah.
like there was a there. I think David Boreanaz is kind of like Nick Lachey. Like David Boreanaz will be back in our lives at some point, and we're gonna be
Well,
hit.
he's still like playing the basically same archetype role. Like he plays some cop type of guy, like
Yeah.
or some big kind of defensive guy and everything, and plays it kind of cool, you know. Like he's archetyped, but I love him in all of them.
He could be on like NCIS, Nashville or whatever. We wouldn't know it though. Maybe he's doing work. More cop stuff.
Ooh, I see in the YouTube chat, K-Fred, Smallville. I didn't even put
Oh.
those kinds of shows on here. There's another one, Smallville and Supernatural. I didn't put Supernatural on here either, right? Those are kind of in the same league, and they have like cult followings, those shows, but they
Small.
slap.
I know K. Fred loves Smallville,
He
and
loves Star Trek too.
yeah,
K-Fred's
he's
the
a
man.
yeah. I didn't know one of the people in Smallville was wrapped up in some type of sex cult. She was
Oh,
like feeding
Whoa.
chicks into the sex cult, and like I was watching like
damn.
the tail end of like I Escaped the Cult or something, and she was
Holy
a
cow.
celebrity, and I guess she was on Smallville. I'm like, dude, like, hey, it's we're hitting the age now where things are happening where it's kind of like it's depends on how you look at it. It's kind of tainting some of the things we used to love. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
I see that 70 shows in the list.
Which I
And
loved that show,
and
and
you
now
have
I
What's
feel the
the
same.
scandal with that 70s show? What happened?
Danny
Danny
Masterson,
Masterson
aka
was
Hyde.
Oh,
imprisoned
Hyde.
for like sexual assault, right? He's doing time, or is he out already? I don't know, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he was found guilty, which it totally, you're right, it taints the experience. Or even like the
Does
guy
it
from
though?
For me, it does at
I
least.
don't
So
Like,
know.
I think about it when I see him now, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
you kind of have to separate it. Like the one that I think we talked about R. Kelly before. Like we know he's a terrible person, but one of his songs is such a banger that I think it should be federally mandated for someone to remix the song and just redo it and cover it because it's such a fucking banger. Step in the Name of Love, the remix is tainted. I love it. It's such a banger, but it's like no, we got to give it to like Neo or something to just remix it and then just fucking we can reclaim that
Isn't
song.
Neo also problematic?
No, he just has a giant forehead.
Oh, okay, sick.
Hmm.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, same.
Yeah,
Well,
we
like,
gotta have Doechii in with the remix like
mhm.
she did Kanye did. She's gotta
But
save it.
also, like, did you know they're rebooting Malcolm in the Middle?
What?
They're
They're
rebooting
gonna
Malcolm.
ruin
Why?
it.
Well, it's like a it's not like a running series. It's a one-time thing, like for a mini like 5 episode arc, and they're rebooting it.
Is
And
Frankie Muniz coming back?
he's coming. The only person's not coming back is Dewey.
Dewey knows
Wow.
better. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't do reboots, man.
No, he stepped away from acting completely. Like he's just like off the grid. He's like doing
Good for
his own.
him.
He's doing his own like doctorate in like Victorian language or something like that.
Go him.
Wow, he's 33. Eric Per Sullivan.
But yeah, right now, if you ask me, like 30 Rock is a show that always slaps. So 30 Rock is
Third Eye
the
Portal was right.
yeah
30
30
Rock
like
is funny.
30 Rock is a master class of writing in comedy. It's like I don't know, like when people watch and they don't see it the way like they don't think it's funny. I'm like, what's wrong? How can you not think this is funny? Because it's such a fucking master class of writing. It's timeless to me. As far as I'm concerned, that shit's timeless.
That's one of the top recs that I get, but I've yet to see, so I have to get in there.
You should watch
You
it.
should watch
Like,
it. It's good.
the nerd part of me, the comedy nerd, which is not really big in me, but sometimes I do nerd out, is uh they start the show and it's so nuanced that you have to be dialed in, which is like that's a line. Like their first line of it is there's one line. And he said, no, there's two lines. And that was written for the fact that it's the first line and the second line of the show. And it's like it has to do with the hot dog cart. And there's like one line and two lines.
This is like Kendrick double
It's
Yeah,
entendres.
so
he's
double
digging in.
entendre. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's good. I Love Lucy. I'm back on that shit too. I Love
Oh
Lucy
shit.
fucking
And you know
slaps.
what? You're right. I Love Lucy and the other one that's not on here that's just so obvious and that's why it's not on here, The Office. Like duh. Those are just like the ones that everybody remembers, but let's go child for a little like kid shows for a little bit because I saw a couple of recs in here. Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Hercules, Xena, and then the one that I had actually put in the list was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, specifically Mighty Morphin. Those are, I mean, come on, the childhood show. Like King of the Hill, like, yeah, sure, I watch it as a child, but to me, it's not like a childhood show. But these other guys are definitely in there. Like Animaniacs, amazing.
I used to love the Power Rangers. I would go around punching things. I was like mighty. I was morphing. I was doing it. Here's the thing, though. I feel like stuff that I liked as a kid, I don't even trust that it's actually that good because I didn't know shit. Like I used to watch Street Sharks. It was about like sharks that would like swim under the ground and like
Yeah.
fuck people up. I don't really know what they were doing, but I loved Street Sharks and I had
Yeah.
a thing of one and I would like
That
carry
is
it
so
around.
funny.
And I think, God, Gargoyles. You know what? I actually love Gargoyles, and I think it's probably good if we watched it now. I think Gargoyles probably holds up, but I don't think Street Sharks does. So my
Now we're
past
starting
self
to get
is
into things
questionable.
that I don't know. What's Beetleborgs?
Big Bad Beetleborgs?
I don't
Come
know
on.
the Beetleborgs. I used to watch
It-
Beyblade.
Yeah. Well, see,
Bomb
Beyblade.
Beyblades.
DuckTales?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the blueprint for the shows. Then it dovetailed into like these knockoffs, like VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Oh my God, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
And then
It's like Power Rangers with beetle heads.
why are okay? I know this, but I couldn't tell you who the Secretary of State is. Big Bad Beetleborgs was 3 kids. It was based on a comic book because they loved comics, and they go into this haunted house, and then and as they go into the haunted house, they see this organ, and they hit the organ, and some genie that looks like Jay Leno comes out and grants them a wish. As
That's
one
literally what
does.
the chat said. Jay
As
Leno
one
has
does
the
when an
villain.
organ comes out, and he gives him a wish, and they said that we want to like live like in the comic books, but it's like the monkey paw. Like you make a wish, and all of a sudden it's not what you expect it to be, because when you make a comic book, all the villains come with it. So then they have to be the big bad Beetleborgs, but they're like literally like pre-teens that would turn into like the adult big bad Beetleborgs.
Mark seemed to describe this as a knockoff at first, but you have a pretty good recollection of what it was and the story and how it worked. I think you liked it. It's okay.
I did.
Yeah, that's all right. We
yeah.
accept
Hey,
you.
hold on. Like, look, I love me a good knockoff too. It's a knockoff, and VR Troopers was that too. So I remember that shit. Hercules was a good one because Kevin Sorbo is if we talk about someone who is completely tainted the show, it's not the dad from Seventh Heaven who touched a kid. It's not Danny Masterson for sexual assault. It's fuck. What show was he talking about? I'm just totally blanking out because
Captain Planet.
no, it was Hercules, because Kevin Sorbo is a shit actor, and like there's one, and you can look it up on YouTube. Maybe you can play it for the stream, where he reads the line direction. So like it's like he's supposed to read the line direction, but he's supposed to act it out. It says disappointed, so he should be reading as disappointed. Oh man, that sucks. But what he does is he yells the word disappointed as he's acting. So he yells disappointed.
Oh my gosh. Awkward but iconic at
we
the
go.
same
Yeah,
time.
it is.
Oh wait, you
play
guys
it
can't
from
see it. You guys can't see it. I have to fix it. Keep talking.
Okay. It's
I'm also seeing Goosebumps. I don't know how I left that one off, at least for the child shows. Yeah, dude. Goosebumps was like X-Files for me before X-Files, when I was already having nightmares as a child.
Why
Oh.
is this happening?
in the chat. We are VR. That I was gonna do that, but then I got too wrapped up in the thing. So I'm glad someone dropped it off in the chat. You know what show fucking slaps, and I'll still watch it to this day, and I don't care. I can watch it over and over again.
Hit it.
Cartoon. It's Recess.
Dude, I
No.
love Recess.
Can I
love
play this
Recess.
thing before we move on?
Yeah,
Just because I
play
have
it.
it ready now. Okay, are you guys
Yeah.
ready? Here
Play
we
it
go.
for the stream.
Wait a minute.
It's actually the podcast.
This isn't my world. Disappointed!
That is pretty bad.
Yeah.
He yells it out to the sky, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Dang.
Yeah, but Recess fucking slaps.
Recess slaps.
Mhm.
Or like Pepper Ann.
Pepper Ann, Pepper
know that.
Ann. Really?
Oh, man, dude. Okay, the other ones that I put in here.
Mhm.
Twilight Zone.
Good.
Iconic, legendary Twilight Zone.
Good
That also gave me nightmares. I should have just have an alt list of the ones that gave me nightmares. And I put My Wife and Kids. I used to love that show. I would come like home from school and just put on My Wife and Kids. Why? I don't know, but I loved it. Oh shoot, Rugrats. I missed Rugrats too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. Rugrats, Courage. I was watching a lot of Cartoon Network stuff.
Courage.
Dexter's Lab.
See, I didn't have
Arnold.
cable, so
Yo, Dexter's mom
That's why you
had
watch
the
Recess.
yams, dude. Yeah, Dexter's mom had the yams. Mhm.
True.
she did.
She cooked
She
it,
did, dude.
who would-
Powerpuff Girls, Powderpuff Girls.
who
Oh
would win
yeah,
an
I also
after-school
like
brawl?
that. I don't care. Huh?
You see in the chat, who would win an after-school brawl? Recess or Hey Arnold? It's Recess.
Dude, it's
I
Recess.
think the kids are more
Those
scrappy, but Hey
savages.
Arnold's a better show.
Hey Arnold.
I don't think so. No. No.
I don't think so. I like Reese's more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. I'm on a different. I was an only child, and I didn't live near my school. So when I would leave school, I was just on an island, just figuring shit out, playing Beyblades by myself as an only child. So I just had a weird. I got into different stuff. I think
The chat agrees with you. The
Thank you-
chat
thank
thinks
you for
Hey
that.
Arnold, but I don't. I don't know. I
Chat's
don't
always
agree with
right. The chat's always right.
that. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say yes.
Okay.
But that's what I brought. If you guys have more, throw other shows in there if we missed other ones that you're really passionate about. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Damn, I missed that one. I loved that show. Cartoon and live action.
Did you guys ever watch Totally Spies? Anybody got
Oh
me?
yeah.
I fucking
Oh, yeah.
loved that
I
show.
loved
That
that
was like
shit.
Powerpuff Girls, but just like juiced up for my teenage.
They were
mind.
a little hotter, right? I
Oh,
think if
fuck
I'm
yeah,
remembering
dude.
that correctly.
There's a lot of there was a lot of that was like a formative show for me. Totally Spies, and my parents
They're
were
in
like,
the same
"Okay,
crew
dude."
as like the Winx Club. Like they were just these like really thin, like girly girls, like bossing and killing shit out there. And you're like, damn, but why are they all so fashionable?
Dude, the
You
show's
want to
dope.
be them or be with them, you know?
Either way,
Mighty Ducks, bro. Mighty Ducks was hilarious. I used to love that. I used to have like a puck that was literally a Mighty Ducks
Are we talking about the movie or the cartoon?
cartoon.
Cartoon, okay. Yeah.
now I'm thinking back. This is taking me back, dude.
Yeah, well, we want to take you back
This is
to
kind
a
of
simpler
fun.
time before I was taking L's and blowing my Achilles out. That was a simpler time.
We should make a bracket for these, maybe next week or something. We could rank all our favorite old cartoons because this is a contentious category. I think
You guys have
Rugrats
really
versus
contributed
Recess or
today.
whatever.
I'm seeing a lot
Yeah,
of
we're getting a lot of chat.
responses. All right, we'll bring it back. But that's what I brought today. That's what I've been thinking
nice.
about. Lost and every other show that was amazing that they're just probably going to remake in the next 5 years.
I think we are getting to too many remakes. Snow White's getting a lot of shit. They had a rabbit
Yeah,
on the red
dude.
carpet. I think like a real rabbit is what I heard. I think it's just
What?
getting all over the place. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, Doug.
Well,
I still think Recess wins.
I used to
Can-
love Doug.
E, why don't you tell us about Trader Joe's?
You guys, I have a
wanna hear
follow
that.
up. I know we've talked about Trader Joe's for like 3 episodes now. And if you guys are listening, my Trader Joe's fans, I'm so glad you're here. But earlier today, I hit Trader Joe's and I was standing in front of these 2 women that were helping check me out, right? Like it was just the one girl. I didn't have too many things. She's like, "Do you want a bag?" And I'm like barely starting to say yes. And the other girl has already manifested. And she's like, "Don't worry, I got you." And she's like opening the bag, right? And I'm just like, man, and they're all just like totally neutral, happy, like do 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 do. And I was like, you know, I have a podcast which you're not obligated to listen to because I always say that, but then I try to make them listen to it anyway. And I'm like, and we've been debating about like where the happiest employees are, and I just need to know, like, from you guys, like, I think it's a Trader Joe's employee. Do you think that it's a Trader Joe's employee? And they both just kind of like, he. I mean, like, yeah, it just kind of happens that way. It was so like, if you're in, like, you know, when you're in like a kid's cartoon, they're like, yeah, duh, because that's the moral of the story. Like it was a moment like that, and I was just like, what is it? And then like the girl's like, and you know what? It's not even trained like at Chick-fil-A, which we literally had that conversation when we were
Yeah.
talking about it, right? And she was like, it's not trained. Like Chick-fil-A, you know, they train. I was like, wait, no, I literally said I thought it was trained. And she was like, no, I think they just do a really good job in the hiring process of vetting for people that actually fit the culture. And I was just like, dude, Trader Joe's is elite. I'm still like number 2 are the tram narrators at the Universal Studios tram tour, but I'm saying that Trader Joe's are the number 1 happiest employee, and we may or may not have gotten a YouTube subscriber from that exact event. So, like I
Nice.
said, if you're out there, shout out to you and thank you for being amazing Trader Joe's employees.
They're like, hey guys, they're talking about us right now. They're in the break room, so shout out to the Trader Joe's break room because
Shout out.
We're
And to their
memorized.
employee leaderboard, you know how they always have like the employees on a wall or something. I love that. They're fantastic. Yeah, if they're the cult, they're the cult that I'm signing up for. You know?
yeah, To Live and Talk and Lay is the #1 podcast for Trader Joe break rooms. I don't know if you know this.
Hell yeah, I'll take
That's-
that.
She literally said, "Wait, what's the name of your podcast?" And I said, "To Live and Talk in LA." She said, "Is it on Spotify?" And I looked at her in the eyes and I said, "It's everywhere, baby." And then she was like, "Okay, I'll follow you." And guess what? She found us. I'm proud of her.
Oh my god, that really is going above and beyond for like the employees. Like that's impressive, dude.
Way to do this like grassroots marketing though. You know, you're
Yeah.
out about
Right?
doing your day. I got us a new follower actually this week. One of my buddies who I played WoW with. He's like, "What's your pod again? Can I check it out?" I'm like, "Bitch,
Let's
I'm sending you the
go."
link, dude." He said he liked it, so that was great.
Hey, cool. I'm
Yeah.
hearing about it organically.
Yeah.
Like people approach me in the street. The only thing, this was a missed opportunity, so we're gonna have to start stepping it up. The only thing that I did miss is that I had my stack of stickers in the car instead of in my bag. Imagine if she would have been like, "What's the name of your podcast?" And I was like, whoosh,
Ooh.
"We are to live and talk." Like next time, it's like our unofficial business card.
You got to keep it in your wallet like it's a picture of your kids. Just bust it out, you know. Oh wait,
I almost feel like we
this?
need
Yeah.
a like mildly smaller version, a little more travel friendly. We'll talk.
Maybe.
But that's my 3rd Trader Joe's visit there, but it was a good one. I had to bring that.
Is that a thing of the past now? Having photos in your wallets.
100%,
because
yeah.
You can have it on your phone.
Yeah, like,
That's your phone wallpaper.
I remember I had my prom photo in my wallet,
Wow.
and I
Wow.
was 29, and I still kept it there.
Really?
But no, I wasn't.
Oh.
No,
I was like, dude.
no, like but you used to have you would buy wallets, and then you like, oh, I have to get this one because it has 4 photo slots.
It would have multiple. Yeah.
It have
I
multiple.
think Worldwide Handsome, I don't know if I'm crazy. He might have a photo of me in his wallet.
Damn, he's got it bad, dude. 'Cause
Dude,
I don't do
he's
that.
my
Yeah.
man's.
Yeah,
It-
Step it up, Vic. What the hell?
Are you his wallpaper on his phone? Or his lock
No.
screen?
No, we don't do that.
Okay,
we don't
good,
do
man.
that.
At least that. 'Cause
No,
I-
we
you
don't
know
do
what?
that.
I don't know about you guys, but when I see people, Mark, what's your background? Is it what do you got first?
it's
It's LeBron.
It's LeBron, dude.
Okay, good.
It's LeBron. It's me. It's actually a picture of me, and it's self-serving, but it's me bowing at the altar of the LeBron candles I have in my room.
As you should. Okay.
Mhm.
So
makes sense.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think when people have their significant other as their lock screen or their background, I think they gotta dial it back a little bit. It's like you see them every fucking day, don't you? Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
texting them all the time. You're not gonna forget what they look like. Like we don't need this.
Yeah.
The 19-year-old girl at my office has her and her boyfriend like hugging as their lock screen. And I'm always like, dude, like.
Yeah.
Can't you
It's
find
like
something
a
cooler online that you think is a cool background than that? Like, what the fuck?
sorry, Al.
I'm
Feeling
sorry. I'm
attacked.
sorry, Al.
I will say
Okay.
I'll align with my girls and say that I think I did do it before. Like probably when we were early in a relationship. I probably had like a picture of both of us like out somewhere or something. But I just like then I'm like, oh, we took a new picture. Do I have to put a new picture? Like I don't want to like see people when I'm looking at my phone. Like it's already overstimulating. I just want like a nature background or like some lights or like a little cute like a cat, you
Yeah, and-
know, like
And if you're fighting with your significant other, the last thing I want to see is your fucking face every
Yeah.
time I pick up my phone, because I'm doom scrolling all the time because I'm angry, and all of a sudden I have to see your face smiling. It's like that is not the face I have in my mind right now. The face in my mind right now is the complete opposite of what's on the wallpaper. So no, I'm not.
I
And
think
but you know,
if you live together, you cannot have the picture anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
yeah,
That's
I-
what
I
I
was
like
gonna-
that. Unless you have kids and it's a family pic. Like I saw in the chat, you got your kid on your lock
Yeah.
screen. If it's like your whole family, I get it. Like that's different.
Nah, even then.
I think your
You mean-
kid is okay. Sorry, Mark, keep cutting you off. I think your kid's okay because you don't want to like forget them somewhere. So I think having it as a wallpaper is like, oh shit, I gotta pick them up from the school. I think that's totally fine, right? Or karate or whatever it is. Mark, go ahead. You go.
No, Apple has done a solid thing though, because you can kind of change your wallpapers like from your lock screen, which is nice because if
Is
you're
this
taking
this multi-wallpaper setting thing?
the multi wallpaper, and maybe you have an Android too, but I think it's a big thing because if you're with your side chick, the last thing you want to see is like pull up and see your
Gotta
girl on the
switch that.
phone. You got to switch it up to the generic thing.
Yeah.
You know who I think is like, who has a toxic serial killer mind is the person who doesn't change their stocked wallpaper.
Oof.
Yeah.
I think that
What
might be
even is
Worldwide Handsome.
Oh, you gotta leave him.
That is insane.
You better
that
check
is-
it right now.
I'll find out later.
That
I'll,
is
I'll let you
fucking-
know.
You have
that is
permission to leave
fucking-
the show right now and check his fucking wallpaper.
Get his,
Hold on.
go through his phone right now. Just like, give me your phone. Yeah, I need to know the truth. Like,
No
I'm not
way.
cheating. It's like, no, it's not that.
I
What's your
think he's
wallpaper?
asleep.
Oh my god. So Live and Talking LA is #1 with people who sleep.
Boom.
So-
Hey, but he has it on. That's what's important. I can see it.
Uh,
Yeah, dude. Now I'm taking L's.
okay, here's a. What's your thought on shared custody of a pet when you break up?
I think it's ridiculous.
You know there's one that is favored. Just let it go, dude.
It's a dog, bro.
Yeah,
Get another one.
we're like this topic came up with the
that
with the
mean?
Guatemalan sister, and she said, I don't understand like people who, and I was like, that is absolutely correct. Like when you have a shared custody of a pet, I'm tired of elevating pets like they're kids. I'm done with them. Like you can love your pet. I like by all means, if you love your pet, you love your pet. It's not a fucking kid. Let's get it together. Like so, like if you break up, whoever has the better job keeps them. That's the rule.
Yeah, whoever the dog
I think
likes
whoever,
more.
yeah, I think whoever the animal likes more should keep them.
Or if it's like clearly their dog. Like I was dating this
Or
woman
it's
who
a
had dog.
responsibility piece too. Like if the cat likes me more, but I never buy the litter or the food or anything else, and I'm not going to give a shit, then it's not going to that person. You
But I
know?
don't think that person's asking for joint custody. Like, who are these people?
No,
I
yeah.
think it's like a weird thing. Like they're clinging onto the relationship because they think
Yeah,
maybe
that's absolutely what it is.
they
Like
keep the joint custody, something can
yeah.
happen. Nah, dude.
like you see that, you're like, no, it's a way to always have an in on someone's life.
What's really happening is she's out there getting it while you're babysitting the fucking dog, dude. So you
Yeah,
gotta
every
move on.
time every time that dog's getting dropped off, you know what's going
You're
on.
going to
Some
the
other
pub,
kind of
dude.
doggy
You don't
style,
gotta feed
bro.
the dog at night. We're gonna have to come home. Fuck it.
All right, back to the Trader Joe's thing. I wanted to ask you guys, like, what's your thoughts on self checkout? Because there's an article I pulled up on self checkout, but I just wanted to know, like, are you guys in on self checkout?
I am, but I think they need to regulate it so that these people with a bunch of stuff can't come in. Because the whole point is like, let's get out and go self-sufficient. You can't go there with like 50 things. It's too much.
I don't like it for Trader Joe's, but I like it like almost everywhere else. Like Trader Joe's, I don't mind interacting with their employees, you know? But at the other grocery stores, I'm like, get me out of here, dude. I don't want to talk to one more person. Like I'd rather like smile at the dude with the red shirt that's gonna stare at me for the next 2 minutes from afar than like actually talk to them and have them bag my shit. I don't even bring my bags. I bag it in my trunk. Like I'm so desperate to get out.
No, there's this article I pulled. I don't even want to read it, but it's like it was off Yahoo, which is it sucks and I hate it. It seems America has a big self checkout problem because like self checkout, I hate self checkout. Nine times out of 10, it's the worst fucking experience ever because it's like CVS. I'll bring CVS as a perfect example. CVS has this weird like logic where you scan something and you have to put it in the bagging area
Because
before
they
you
don't
can
want
scan
you
the
to
next
steal it, dude.
because you want to steal it. I get that, but then sometimes like I've had instances where it doesn't read that the item is there. So like I have to like fucking slam it on there and it's like I'm doing all this extra work and it's like why I'm not an employee. Why am I troubleshooting this? Scan my shit so I can get the fuck out and give me my 10-foot receipt.
Yeah, I will say CVS self checkout is ass because
Yeah.
every time I go to CVS self checkout, I go, I should have just got in the fucking line because they always gives me some bullshit message that's like, actually, you need the person to come over here, and then you're looking around and there's just like one person helping like 800 people in the line, and you're like, can somebody? This light has been. I just fucking leave it, dude. I drop it and I go. I do hate that.
I think CVS was a bad example because all CVSs are shitholes. I've never been to a CVS that I thought, wow, this is like clean and nice, and they have people. It's always shit. CVS
Yeah.
is terrible. I think self checkout.
They're like the asterisk to the rule.
Different experience.
Yes,
I love
100%.
self checkout at Target. It's great.
But self checkout is I'm working. I am scanning the things, I'm bagging my own items, and I'm not are you passing the savings along to me? Because you're not.
Yeah.
I'm doing the work of someone that should be doing this, and you pay them a salary or a wage. I'm not going to say living wage because it's not. But why am I the one that has to fucking deal with it? I don't want to scan this shit. I don't want to like bag it. I don't want to have to like play this game where like. And then here's the worst fucking thing ever. When you scan something and it doesn't work, you have to wait for someone to scan their secretive key. Like the fucking like the key to open Fort Knox, and they're like, "Oh, hold up, we need to call someone here and scan the key card, and then you have to show them the ID, and they plug it in." And it's like, what are we doing?
I don't think
I
self
don't like
checkout's
this.
for you, dude.
No, I love it. Every
Self-checkout,
time it's
yeah,
faster.
it's for people who just want to get the fuck out, and you don't want to have to ask the cashier how they're doing, and say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I don't
good,
want you
yeah,
to ask me
thanks."
where I'm going or is this
Yeah.
for dinner tonight? Like, I don't need you to judge or question my choices. I feel kind of bad that I do feel like it's like less employees to pay. Like it's just a money scheme. But I heard some stat that like actually people lose more money with self-checkout. Like was it Walmart that switched to only self-checkout or something? And then they had to switch back or something.
I think it's convenient. I like it.
I love it. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Mark. I
I
want to hate it for you. I do. You're so passionate about it that I want to dislike it. So I'll just say, yeah, CVS self-checkout fucking sucks.
Oh my God. And
Yeah,
then
fuck
all of a sudden,
CVS.
like when you have, like, I think Victor mentioned earlier, like someone comes in their cart full of 30 things and I have to watch them scan it one by one. I'm like,
Get them the fuck
This is-
out of here. That's what we need
this is
an
not a-
employee for, to regulate the
That
lines.
that was another comment that I absolutely agree with. it does have to be express. Okay. I'll give you 15 items if you have like just a couple of little things, you know? But if
Mhm.
you're going over that number, you need to go get in the line with the regular folks and have somebody else do it because at that point you're going to hold up the self-checkout.
Buying groceries, well, sometimes I cheat. I'll buy organic groceries and I just say it's the non-organic one, dude. That's how I get my savings. So I'll buy organic tomatoes. I put them on the thing. I type in tomato while the thing's looking at me. Hey, and then I hit non-organic instead of organic. And that's how I get all my healthy veggies and I get it at a discount. So, you know,
I'm really
just
enjoying
saying,
the fact that you can now
I'm a
skip
pirate.
the bagging. Like, does that happen at your grocery store when you're self-checking out? So, like Mark was saying, you have to put it on the little weight thing. You can say skip bagging and just put it back in your cart if it's like a gallon of milk or
Yeah, you know what?
something.
I have a question. You said you bag your groceries in your trunk.
I do.
What the fuck? What does that mean? So you put it all back
So
in the cart?
I go to self-checkout and I scan the items and I put them back in the cart. Then I cart it to my trunk and my bags are there. So I just shove it all in there and then I
Mark,
put the cart away.
Mark, she's doing the work, dude. Tell
I
her
am.
something. Somebody
I'm
help
sorry.
her.
Sorry.
I mean, if that works for you, that's fine, whatever. But that seems crazy.
Not at Trader Joe's though. I let them bag my shit because they're spectacular.
They're having the best day of their life every day at Trader Joe's. Like, who doesn't
I
want to be
was
a part of
I
that?
I was someone recognized me for because I was using one of the Guatemalans bags at Trader Joe's and it was Frozen, you know, like the animated movie, and it was
Mm.
Elsa. And like I was checking out one time like, "Hey, I recognize you from that Frozen bag." I'm like, "Shit. This hot guy is so secure with his sexuality that he's using that." That's how I took it. Like
Yeah.
this super hot guy that was just like so confident. It doesn't care about the bag.
You know what's super hot? I can hear
What?
my girlfriend unloading the dishwasher right now. My heart grew 3 times that day, dude. I am like,
Is
I
your
love
love
that.
language acts of service?
No, but I don't like unloading the dishwasher. It drives me insane. I load it up. Load it up like fucking Rain Man, dude. That thing is so efficient. Everything's really tight. She runs it every day, and then I get up in the morning and they're all clean, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to unload this thing, dude. I just don't, you know.
Are
So
forks, do they go up or down?
down. Every utensil goes down.
That's like I don't
I
know why
saw a
people
TikTok that said you're supposed to alternate them for maximum cleaning exposure.
Like when I start pulling out dishes and they're not clean, we'll think about it. But
I don't have a dishwasher at home, but at work, sometimes I have to load the dishwasher and unload it. And I'm like,
Dude, that's
I'm doing the
gnarly.
work, you guys.
At
What
least
the
they pay you
fuck?
for it, bro.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
what fucking evil, like, I don't want to have to look where I'm grabbing. You know, like, I want to feel confident that I'm grabbing something safe. And if a
Yeah.
fork prongs are up and all of a sudden it gets injected in my finger and I have to, like, that's
How fast are you
whack,
unloading
dude.
these dishwashers?
I'm like,
I-
dude, just like
I'm
take
the
your
best.
time,
Is
relax,
there,
man.
like,
It's not that
steak knives in
serious.
there? Yeah, I'm a fork. You'd be
Nah,
alright.
dude.
You'd be alright.
I'm not going to get hepatitis from someone's fork.
You're
I
not.
don't
That's
want it.
true. Yeah.
You don't know that.
I don't think so,
You
but
get
a
hepatitis.
lot.
I hope you don't get hepatitis from a fork. That would be pretty damn funny, though. It's good pod content, at least, if it does happen.
That's messed up.
Hey, man.
But it's funny.
You gotta take the good with the bad.
So you guys are a self-checkout team. I get it.
Yeah, dude. Vic and I align a lot in these weird little
We
ways.
get each other.
Not on crayons, but
No. No, we do not.
I
It's
do
okay.
like I mean every time I go to Target, I do self-checkout. I take a selfie at the camera.
do you really?
This is what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Those
So
are like the least flattering images that I've ever seen of myself.
that's why that's how you just know I'm good looking because I'm captured in the Target light and I'm looking great.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. But hey, I'm happy to hear we're trending in Trader Joe's.
Yeah, dude, we're going viral. Just you wait. It's coming up next.
Did they when they were talking about your podcast, did they make recommendations on your groceries? Like, hey, next time we should try the peanut butter Joe's or something.
I didn't give him a chance. I think I got there I got there too quickly. I couldn't
Hmm.
even wait. I was like trying to say it while I was waiting for the person to finish in front of me, who did have like 1,200 groceries. But we eventually got there and I didn't even give them a chance to shine their brightest selves. I stole it, so I'm sorry to those Trader Joe's employees.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Please.
Yeah, hit it.
I was trying to explain a concept to my girlfriend yesterday.
Unloading the dishwasher.
No, we've gone through that too many times. It's not getting through. Eventually, you got to take what you can get, right? Anyway, I was trying to explain the concept of her of like good/cool nerds and like bad/weird nerds and how there's a difference there. And I always thought that I was walking the right path. You know that I'm a nerdy guy. I think everybody pretty much knows. But I don't think from like looking at me on the street, you can tell that I'm like a through and through nerd, right? And I was talking about this person that I work with. I'm not going to name any names. But he's just kind of a nerd, man.
But you know who you are.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. But it's like, you know, I feel bad for him because I feel like he's one of those people where people judge him wrongly. Not me, because I'm the only person at work that talks to him, actually. I don't think he ever said a word in the office until I went up and was like, hey, dude, what do you like? What games do you play? Like, what do you like? Anime? What's up? Right? And then now we're cool. Now we're cool. We talk about Pokemon cards together. We play this stupid game or whatever. But I was telling her, I'm like, you know, I think this guy, like, people ignore him. He's kind of balding. He's got, like, funny glasses. His clothes don't totally fit right. And it's like, and I think he gets prejudged. And I was wondering, do you guys see that too? Where you think, like, damn, that guy's a fucking nerd, like, in a bad way. And then do you think there's a way to be a nerd, but also still be kind of hip and cool? Like, I feel like there's a way to manage that balance where you can still talk to people, have a girlfriend, do the things. And then there's like the full-on cave dweller nerd that's like weird and you don't want to talk to these people, you know, like the forever on Reddit kind of incel-y vibe.
Are we thinking like geek versus nerd, or are you delineating two different types of
I think
nerd?
geek is fine. I think geek is kind of fun. I think nerd is okay too. I don't know what the word for it is. That's what I was having trouble describing it to her because I was trying to tell her, like, there are some dudes that are like, they're bad nerds. They're bad nerds. Is that it though? What's the word?
I don't think there's a word for it. There's
No.
a spectrum, and I'm not talking about the tism. I'm talking about there's a nerd spectrum, which is they're at the far end. You know, when you watch like back to the old TV shows, what's Saved by the Bell deemed as nerds, like you hear the like, and then they can't be out in the sunlight because they're allergic to grass. Then there's this elevated nerd. But I think at the end of the day, like all of this, they're still nerds, and I don't think we should accept this. We should make fun of them.
Give them noogies.
Yeah, give them noogies. It's a way of just balance. But like,
It's funny that you say that because I definitely think that you fall under the category of at least a nerd or geek.
you think
Do
so?
you think you think you don't?
I don't think
I
Mark
don't know.
does, actually. I think Mark's kind of more on the jock side.
Let's take a look at the operational definitions of geek versus nerd. A geek is typically someone with a passion for a specific hobby or interest, for example, basketball, pattern shirts, or Disneyland, while a nerd is often associated with someone who is very intelligent and passionate about academic pursuits.
I believe
So
I found the word. Oh, go ahead. Finish.
I think he's a geek and not a nerd.
Mark can geek out on stuff. I think the word that I'm looking for now is a dweeb. I think a dweeb is the bad nerd. They're like kind of awkward. They're wearing it out front. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is all right, Evelyn. I know, like Victor, we have homework and location assignments we have this year. One of them is Universal Horror Nights. The one thing, if we want to do this right, we go to Anime Expo this year.
I am
And
down.
and Evelyn,
I don't know if I could do both in a year. I'm broke,
What's up,
but
dude?
I will cover your ticket. I will cover your ticket.
Oh, wait, can you
to-
cover mine too? Is that on the company?
oh
card?
shit.
No, because
No.
you're a nerd. You're a nerd. We need to get
Ooh,
Evelyn.
I'll have fun. That's true.
We need to get Evelyn, because Evelyn doesn't want, because the whole point is if Evelyn spends her money and she has a terrible time, she will hate us forever.
Yeah.
If we front the ticket and maybe buy her a beer, she cannot complain because that would be a terrible guest.
Now I'm figuring out a pattern here. You just have to pretend like you don't want to go. And he'll just take it and stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
so
okay.
Establish troll.
I really don't want to go to Horror Nights.
Nah, it's too late for that, dude. You showed your hand.
Okay, wait, here I have an update. Dweeb carries a more negative connotation, suggesting a person is either unattractive, insignificant, or inept. Whereas nerd can be used more neutrally, referring to someone with a strong interest in intellectual or technical pursuits.
Okay.
I feel like this is just me coping though, and just kind of fluffing myself up because I feel like I play board games for 12 hours on once a month with my boys. I like Star Trek. I'm going to the Ren Fair for my fucking birthday, right?
I love the Ren
Oh my God,
Fair.
it's so fun. You should come too. You should come.
Dude, when are you going?
What is
Hit
it?
me
The
up.
8th or the 5th, Mark?
It's a Saturday. Next
It's
Saturday.
a Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday. It's gonna be so fun, actually. And anybody who wants to go, you should go. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna be there. We got a pretty good group going. I think that type of stuff is so fun, but I also feel like I could just fit in somewhere and be okay. And I think sometimes when I see the dweebs out there, I just want to save them because I'm like, dude, you don't have to be like this. Like,
there is
there's
no
yeah. Go ahead.
There is no saving them because the reason why I was talking about Anime Expo
Yeah.
is so Evelyn will see exactly what you're talking about. Because there's the nerds that like Victor's talking about, but then there's the
Like
very
dark
specific
nerds.
type
Yeah.
where like they don't go out. And it's like they come out of their shadows for Anime Expo.
Anime trading card games. That's
And
another one.
it's actually
I don't know if you guys know this. The only thing that's probably worse than what you guys are outlining is the female version of that.
I don't know.
And I went to a women's liberal arts college and I took intensive Japanese as a freshman.
Uh-oh.
So if you don't think that I had those people in my court, you're wrong. Smell and all. Because I know that that's an Anime
No.
Expo thing.
Dude,
The girls
it's fucking,
too?
dude,
Yes, it does not discriminate.
these girls don't wash their hair. It's fucking gross and like it smells. And it's in the summertime, so the smells will just permeate through.
And you know what they are. Like you've
Oh my God.
experienced that before from some kid next to you. Yeah, I did take intensive Japanese. I got dropped second semester, you guys,
hard.
because I couldn't keep up with the Chinese characters. I was fine with the Japanese.
Yeah.
It's the Chinese characters that threw me.
I took it
Anyway.
on Duolingo. I was doing really good until we got to the Chinese too, and then I'm like, all right.
It did help me when I traveled to Japan. Like I
anime
had
that
basic, but
Oh, really?
I
That's
can
good.
I can hold it down in a Japanese conversation, at least if we're on the phone. Like Evelyn, just start talking to me.
moshi moshi.
Hi. Keep going. Keep
That's
going.
all I
You
got.
nailed it.
No, tell me about your day in English. Tell me about your day right now. I'll show you my Japanese.
How was your day, Mark?
Hi.
That's
Keep going.
exactly what I
Yeah.
expected.
Hi.
Yeah.
No, because they acknowledge every statement you say with hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. We should.
It's
start
like
doing
saying like, yeah, you know.
that. Let's start doing it on a podcast. Hi.
Sure.
Fuck self checkout lines. Hi.
No.
No. Not okay.
She's not into it.
No wonder you dropped Japanese, dude. They dropped you because you didn't.
She wasn't.
I'm like,
kind
what are you
enough.
saying? What are you saying? No, I don't. Where we're going? Geeks, nerds. Yeah, I think we all kind of qualify, sadly.
But that is a spectrum that exists, and there, you know who I'm talking about when I say bad nerd. And I just feel like I wasn't getting through.
Yeah, I ran into this. I've seen this twice before, which is I don't know what's worse, a nerd, or someone who just doesn't have any interests and they just seem like milk toast.
That second one, the latter, to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I like like sometimes you're just trying to strike up a conversation and it's one thing if you're not talkative, but it's like when I legit think you just I ask you like, hey, what's your favorite restaurant? It's like, oh, I don't know. And like it's like, hey, like how about the music? Do you like music? It's like I like everything.
Dude.
My whole thing about that person is when you go home, you just sit there and you just wait for the next day to
They're
happen.
just waiting to fall asleep. When people say they listen to everything, that triggers the fuck out of me because nobody listens to everything. That is a bullshit answer. What are you afraid of? Like, tell me what
The
you
one
like.
that gets me that's worse than that is I don't really listen to a lot of music.
Oh
And
my
I just go, red flag. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people that aren't into tunes. Like, you're not just, they don't pay for any music subscription services.
They just
I'm
haven't
like-
found it yet. But it's like,
They're like, no, I just go on YouTube. And I'm just like, get?
I know.
I mean, hi?
I've seen these people.
Thank you.
It's
You're
weird.
welcome.
I think because with nerds, you can at least talk to them about something. But I also think maybe I'm saying that because I am sort of nerdy. So I'll just say, hey, what game? Do you play any games? And like whatever they say, I can pretty much chat with, even if it's like something
Mm.
I don't like. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm trying to
So you're
think of a
actually
type of
just trying to save
person.
yourself.
Like maybe if I ran into no, but that's the thing. Like when I was talking to the AAA guy, I was having a good time with him, right? And then when I got towed to the tire shop, chatting up the tire guys, just having a good time, talking about tires and whatever shit else. And I can like talk, So I think maybe it's not that. I don't know, but I just feel like nerds are easy to talk to because they like games and anime. Like one of the two is gonna hit.
Yeah, I think I have that ability. You don't like games or anime, Mark?
I love games. I don't watch anime, but I'll listen to you talk about it.
He doesn't.
The art, I think people don't understand. Like, I've talked to people and they're like, I just have like anxiety of talking to people. It's like, just ask questions. And then eventually you'll find the right nerd question and they'll start talking to you about that. Like, I don't like, there's people in my life like,
Yeah.
I just don't want to talk to people. I'm scared. I have like anxiety. It's like, just ask them a question because eventually you'll find the nerd trigger.
I can understand that with dating.
Except
I
for-
remember when I was single and you would tell me to hit on waitresses and stuff, and I was always like, I don't want to do it. Like I don't know what to say. And they would walk up to us, and Mark would just start talking and making them laugh, and I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking amazing, right? But
Yeah.
he was dating, and he was already dating somebody who's spoken for, and the stakes were low, right? I feel like now that I'm with someone and I'm very confident in that, I'm like, I can talk to any woman on planet Earth, dude, and I'll make them feel good. I'll compliment their shoes. Like you used to tell me, just compliment her shoes. I throw compliments at women all the time now because I know, like, I'm good to go and I'm non-threatening. You know what I mean? I have a girlfriend. I'm fine. But I think when I was single, I had a really hard time. But like talking
What?
to people, talking to people that I wasn't attracted to, I can talk to anybody. So it's hard for me to relate to people that just can't talk, just to like a norm, like just people who can't talk to me. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like what's the pressure?
What if
Okay.
they're single
cares?
and they're just trying to compliment your shoes and they're just
What-
nervous?
Sure.
we're all spoken for here. What's your thoughts on flirting for free stuff?
I think it's totally cool. Totally fair game.
As a woman, I just don't like to do it because let's go back to like Evelyn's like core three principles. I might get murdered. So I just don't like to lead people on unnecessarily. However, I do accidentally just talk so much that men often construe that as flirting anyway. So
Yeah.
do with that what you will. They give me free shit, I'm happy.
Yeah,
Well,
you
like
get free
because
stuff.
I think there's a fine line of like being like nice, but in a very specific way that's not leading to being chloroformed and put in their trunk. Like
You never know.
it's in the realm of like, okay, like let's do it this way. Like you go to your favorite coffee shop, and eventually you start chatting up and chumming it up, and maybe it's not flirting, but like it's just like you being friendly. And I think that there's a fun because I'll get called out by the Guatemalan, like, oh, you're always flirting with someone. And it's like, no, I'm just being nice.
Nah,
but
you
like,
just talk. That's how you are.
yeah, it's just how I am. But like, if I know that it's gonna lead to something, I'm like, oh, like I'll put on a little Riz on it, like the Rizzard, and like and try to get a free latte or something. I think that's fine.
Have you ever landed a free latte?
I used to get free snacks from this coffee shop.
Ooh.
Sorry, that was my cat.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, why were there 803 just added there?
She
Dang.
loves the number 3, dude. That's her
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, there's 3 of us. She's on trend.
That's right.
You're pussy types.
I think flirting for stuff is awesome. I tell my girlfriend all the time, fucking flip your hair around. What's up? Use that little body, dude. No, not it's for anything crazy. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, you can get us a discount on something? Sure.
Well,
Fuck it. Wait, I have a question that I just remembered that I wanted to talk to you guys about earlier. I have another
Okay.
question. Okay.
Let's do it.
So I went to the movies. We went to the Grove on Saturday for a date, and we watched Mickey 17. Very cool movie. Liked it a lot. I'm forgetting what his name is. The guy who was in Twilight.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Robert
Pattinson?
Pattinson. Love this guy. Love it. Love everything he does. He's great. Anyway,
Yeah.
we watched
Team
the
Robert.
movie, not Twilight, but I mean, after that, I think he's really great. And we watched it, and we walked out. And as we're walking out, this guy's like, hey, can I borrow you guys for a second? You guys want to spin the wheel and win? And I'm like, because I am like, fuck off, leave me alone. I don't want any of your free stuff. Like, I am impossible to proposition when I'm doing something, walking around. But she was like, oh, okay. And she spun the wheel, What do you fucking know? It landed on a trip to Hawaii, right? How lucky are we that the wheel landed on Hawaii? So
Was it a timeshare?
yes. So
God damn it!
so I'm like, oh my fucking god! And we're so hungry coming out of this movie because we started the movie at 12:45 to have a late lunch, early dinner. Late lunch, early dinner is my least favorite dining slot of the day because it's like 4 o'clock.
Dunch? Yeah,
Lunch
it's the
is
worst.
ridiculous. It's in between meals. It's too late for lunch. Lunch is my favorite meal of the day, by the way. So like when I push lunch back and then I get this early dinner and I get hungry at like 11 o'clock at night, it's all fucked up. Anyways, we're walking out of the movie theater and this guy's like, hey, what's up, bro? Come on, today. And so we pull up and he's like, look, man, all you guys got to do is you go to this. We gotta go listen to this presentation for 2 hours in Anaheim, in a hotel in Anaheim, and then we will give you a free room in Hawaii. Free trip. I'll even give you guys $100 for food. You can get a gift card, $100 to go eat whatever you want over there, all free. And I said, is the flight included? He's like, well, no, come on, no flight, but everything else is free. All you have to do is go to this thing. I said, okay, is it appointment based or we just like roll up? He's like, no, you need an appointment. So if you guys want to do an appointment right now, I'll even throw in another free thing and you get a free vacation to Hawaii. What's up? And my girlfriend's, her eyes lit up. She was like, oh my God, should we do it? She kept looking at me to be the bad guy, I think, and be like, no. But I was just letting it happen. Eventually, he's like, okay, where's your IDs? You want to write this down? And I'm like, I'm hungry. We have to go eat. We're going to think about it and come back. And he's like, yeah, okay. And I think he knew we were gone. Do you guys, would you have gone? What do you guys think about this? I just feel, my initial impression was, if they're giving away this trip to Hawaii, it cannot be good. Nothing that anyone gives away for free is good. Like Mark's AAA membership. It's not good because it was free, right? So like
It's a trap. Yeah, classic.
That is my thing all the time. The other piece that I have here real quick is that my parents have like a vacation membership or something to this Mexico resort. And we were there for our first vacation to Mexico. And they said, we just got to go listen to this presentation. And then they're going to give us free massages. So we're just going to go. And I said, Dad, don't buy anything. And he says, Vic, come on. I know. What do you know? They came out with a fucking membership and now they go to Mexico every year.
It's a timeshare.
It's kind of like a timeshare. It's more like anyways, whatever. So, but they go, they're making use of it. But it's like, I know if I get this timeshare, I'm not going to go every year because I don't really vacation that much. What would you guys have done? What do you guys do? Do you listen?
Can I say the only reason I knew it was a timeshare is because I've been here before without knowing that it was a timeshare. Worldwide Handsome and I went to an LA Kings game. Shout out LA Kings. And that's where you trust that you might actually win something, you know, like they be handing shit out and
Yeah.
people like win stuff all the time. So we like do this thing, whatever. We went on a trip to Hawaii. I'm like, oh my God, how cool. We're going to go to this thing and pick up the tickets. And then it was secretly a timeshare thing. And by that stage, like you're in it, you know, I was like, what do I do? Like I'm sitting in front of these people. And then like at the end of the day, the last thing you had to do. So I drove my ass somewhere into OC and I was there for hours with Worldwide Handsome. We sat through the presentation. They try to pitch us all these things. The only thing we had to do was like fill out an application and mail it. And then we would get the thing. And I said, fuck that. I ain't mailing shit. And I left. And now I hate timeshares.
Yeah. Mark?
You know, I'm anti-timeshare in meetings, but I'm a sucker for a wheel. Put me in front of the
Right?
wheel, dude.
Dude, I bought in.
Dude, I love spinning a wheel. One of my bucket lists is to be on The Price is Right because going back
The
to
ultimate wheel.
TV shows that always slap. Price is Right wheel number 1, number 2 is Wheel of Fortune. But the reason why in Price is Right is I always want to put that sauce on that and and
Dude.
spin it and like
Yeah.
I judge people when they can't get it through the whole thing. It's like you see Bob Barker and now Drew Carey like, someone can't do 10 push-ups because they like can't spin it.
When
And
you
you're
need to get old ass Bob Barker to help you, you have a problem, dude. I'm
Yeah,
putting
problem.
gas on that shit, bro. for
Dude.
sure.
But like when you see that spin and it goes and it just goes super fast, it's the most satisfying thing ever. And I can do that. The reason why I've been working out
believe
so
in
much
you.
in the last 10 years is to go on A Price is Right and spin the fuck out of
You
that
should
wheel.
go on as a show. That would also be fucking cool.
No, another team.
I'm down. That's a team thing I would so do, you guys. Okay.
I actually think that we should get on Family Feud.
That is
That's
one of my dreams to be on The Price is Right, Mark. So I'm just saying. And I love seeing an athletic man, good in shape, strong man, go up there and like when they go like this and then they just crank that shit. It is pretty cool.
But
Not
it's
gonna
like,
lie.
but not only that,
Nominate Mark.
yeah, not only that, when I spin the wheel, it's gonna go. It's like, who do you want to say hi to? I'm like, hey guys, I just want to say hi because I'm at the Pasadena Ice House this Saturday
Yeah.
at 4:30.
Yeah, there we go. Get it.
And it's still spinning. I have to talk and fill up the air more, which is like, and I want to say shout out to my people to live and talk in LA and the Guatemalan, and it's still spinning because I'm so strong, and I have to like fill in 2 minutes
Get
of
your
dead air.
stickers.
It just throws it up. It starts raining to live and talk about sticker.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
That'd
I
be
think
dope.
I'm warmed up for pillow talk, guys.
so.
We're
I'm ready.
good here.
think
All
so.
right.
Yeah, let's outro.
Well, dude, who wants to take us out?
I think Vic should.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. Hey, everybody. This is To Live and Talk in LA. We hope you enjoyed it. As you guys know, you can find us every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. But also, if you miss us on your Wednesday night, you can find us the following day, Thursday mornings, on the podcast app, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So don't forget to listen. Finally, show us some love on social media. You know, our whole team tries so hard coming up with content, all of us equally. And, you know, please just give it some likes, guys. Really, we work hard on this stuff. So thanks a lot. Peace. So as you guys know, I was at a photo shoot in Malibu on Thursday. That got me thinking about my photo shoot some time ago in that same house with Demi Moore. I think I've told you guys this story about Demi Moore, right? And how she took a piece of gum out of her mouth and said, "I'm done." And the assistant ran out with her hand out and put the gum in her hand and threw it away in the trash can that was 5 feet away. That
My cheek just like
fucked me
shook.
up. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
not like that. Okay, that is my forever memory of Demi Moore. She could do whatever. She could be in all these things. She could be donating to little kids with cancer or whatever. I'm like, she takes her gum out and she puts it in someone's hand, dude. Something's wrong. Okay,
That's not right, dude.
it's not right. And so the other day, I walked out and my girlfriend was watching The Substance. Have you guys seen The Substance?
No, but I've heard fantastic things.
It was an Oscar-nominated movie this year. It was one of those ones that we had talked about, or that, you know, it was nominated for Best Picture. Did not win. I only caught the last like 50 minutes, but let me tell you guys, that movie's fucking crazy. Actually, I think it was better than the one that won Best Picture. Actually, and I only watched the second half of it. I don't know. Lenora or whatever it was called was just kind of whack. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. And this one was absolutely insane and stylized. The last like 10 minutes was the most like, I don't want to spoil it.
Am I gonna be grossed out?
Yes, the last 10 minutes is like complete body horror, over the top, fucking just like batshit, dude. And I was really surprised when I watched this. I was like, what is going on? It just felt like I'm completely spun off the rails. Maybe that was all part of the cinematic experience and like, you know, this thing's coming to a climax, and so it just gets totally insane. It went off the spectrum. I didn't really care for some of the stuff in the middle, but I think it was pretty sick.
That kind of
actually.
makes
And I
me
was like, what the
excited because
fuck?
I don't feel
Yeah.
like that happens a lot anymore. Like I don't leave and go, holy shit, like that was a mind fuck. So I'm putting it up there. I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
I
I'm
would
caught
not-
up with Severance.
I
So
would not say mindfuck, but it was shocking and pretty yeah, it just went pretty hard at the end there, dude. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen The Substance. Am I wrong? Like that ending was fucking wild. I don't know what was going on. I don't even know how they filmed it. It was a lot. Check
I
it
want to
out.
see it, but I don't want to have nightmares. So I'm gonna have to wait until like the daytime in the middle of the day around your lunch hour, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a good one. I mean, it wasn't like scary, but it was just
Is it gory?
gruesome and yeah, it was a lot of like fleshy body, like abomination-y stuff. I don't know how to describe it besides like just body horror at the end there. It was pretty gruesome. But it wasn't a horror movie. Like it's weird. It's just threading this needle between all these different like ideas. I just thought it was pretty good. As much as I'm mad at her for putting her gum in someone else's palm, pretty good movie, dude. Yeah.
No, she could have spit the gum in my mouth, and I'd be good.
That's
sick.
disgusting,
You're
dude.
sick, dude.
There's something
For
wrong.
Demi Moore? I
Demi
understand
Moore.
for like someone else, but Demi Moore?
Yeah.
Evelyn, who
Have you
could spit gum in your mouth? Anybody?
I don't like that. I don't want
No, I
saliva
know, but
like
who,
that.
though?
The first name that came to my head was Chad Michael Murray, but I think that's just like a trigger response. Like I'm
Chad
just
Michael
like
Murray.
I don't think I want that. Let me think on it. I'll have to come back. I want to give you a good answer.
You know what? I think you trust your gut though. Chad Michael Murray. I mean, sure.
I want somebody with like really clean looking teeth.
Yeah, like you don't want someone who's
Somebody that
like
like drinks water.
the last thing when that gum goes in as white and it comes out as like yellow, you're like, nah, this
Bro, stop.
that
Stop.
ain't it.
Yeah, like Lindsay Lohan. Nah, she's not allowed. Too much trouble.
Lindsay
not
Lohan,
bad.
Right now, maybe. She's got it cleaned
I
up.
still don't know.
old Lindsay Lohan, ironically, the young Lindsay Lohan, yes. Like, all the mileage on her is like, nah, I'm out.
Everybody in
Don't
the
need that
chat,
gum.
give us who are you cool with? What's up?
Yeah, who can spit in your mouth?
spit in
I
your
want to know.
mouth? Who can spit in your mouth? We all know. Look, you guys want to say ew, gag. We all know you got somebody. So let's just
That's
fess
the
up.
real pillow talk right there.
Yeah.
And I
This
want to
is pillow
know
talk. This is what we're here for, right? So
who's gonna spit
yeah.
in your mouth, dude.
N-
The
Hell,
second
dude.
option was Johnny Knoxville. His teeth are pretty clean.
Dude, I think that's
Nah,
a
dude.
bad pick, dude.
That's a bad pick,
I
dude.
think
Dude, what do you
that's
mean?
gonna
Nothing
fuck
bad
you
has
up.
ever been in that mouth.
Dude.
Hillary,
I don't
Margot
think so.
Robbie.
yeah, Margot Robbie, Hilary Duff for me.
Wait.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
Hillary Duff.
change it though. Not spit in your mouth. It's spit.
It's
a
spit
gum. in your
gum.
mouth. That is
Yeah.
a little softer, right? Because I'm looking at my celebrity crushes and I'm like, fuck, dude. I don't want her to spit in my mouth. But like, if it's gum, okay.
That's like the
Start
last
with
thing.
the gum.
There
You
it
know what
is
they
for
do?
Mark, Sabrina Carpenter.
You know the loogie when they
For
go
sure.
and they start rubbing their throat.
Dude, I can't even spit on my own loogies. When it's like that, and I go and I start gagging, I'm about to throw up instead of spitting it out. Like I can't.
I can't do it. I'll throw up before
Can't eat an oyster
I
either.
can't do
That's
that.
fucking gross, dude. Grosses me out. I was gonna say Allison Brie. That's my go-to, dude. She could spit a piece of gum in my mouth. That's okay.
Yeah,
I think she's so cute.
Salma Hayek.
That's old school.
That gum's gonna taste like horchata when it spits out.
Look at
She's
me.
Yeah, I see. Wow,
Yeah.
multiple people said Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. Really? Let me
Yeah,
look her up
dude.
again, dude. All right.
You know what? Emma Watson.
oh, you're
Emma
doing
Watson.
shit.
Emma
That's a-
Watson
that's a
can.
good pick.
Yeah,
That's a good
she
one.
can spit her gum, and I would right in. I
She's
trust her.
classy. Yeah,
That's
she's
a good
classy.
answer. I would also allow that. There's
What is
not
she up
many.
to these days? Is she
What?
chilling?
Yeah. What is she up to? She's just
Yeah.
being the goddess that she is.
Yeah, I think she can just do
Um,
whatever she wants. She's 34, man. She's right there.
I read something that said that she won't do films where she's doing drugs or like acting really messed up like that because she doesn't want children to misconstrue Hermione's image. And I was just like,
That's so cool.
she's a boss, dude.
Yeah,
It's
she
like
is.
Taylor Swift not cussing in her music for like 13
She
years.
doesn't
You're
need
like,
the
how?
work.
Yeah, dude.
Florence Pugh. K. Fred says Florence Pugh. Let's see.
Oh, she's cool, dude.
Graphic
Let me look
and
it up.
Miley Cyrus. I disagree with that.
Well, I think like
Yeah, graphics are getting crazy.
Specifically because I saw this, like, I was talking with somebody about like tongue, like cleanliness and like scraping your tongue and washing your
Yeah.
tongue. And they said that they realized that tongue health was a thing because somebody asked Cher what Cher thought of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball video. And she said, I don't know, but I think that Miley Cyrus needs to like brush her tongue. So Miley Cyrus is definitely not a pick in there for me.
I noticed that about people as well. When they have like a dirty
White tongue
I'm
or like yellow tongue.
"Oh, yikes.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, like
Is
if
it
it's
white?
like, that's true. Mine looks kind of dirty now, but every morning, every night, I'm like, I'm getting that off, dude. I hate that.
You brush it with the brush head, or you use the back of the toothbrush where it has a brush?
Or do you have a scraper,
I
bro?
used to have a
I have a
scraper.
scraper.
They're
I don't have a
great,
scraper.
but it grosses me out seeing it, and I don't like that. So I just use a toothbrush now, and it's more work. But using the actual scraper, it's like it's too much. It's too
Yeah, same. I
clear
haven't
what's
committed to
happening.
that because it gives me
There's
the
like a
ick.
there's like a yeah, there's like a layer. We got Sydney Sweeney. I also agree with that. That's also in my
Ooh,
top. Yeah, top
yeah,
5 probably.
yeah.
That's the real one, I think. Actually, what? Where the pod's being invaded? No, don't worry about it, babe. Everything's cool. Good thing she didn't do that stuff earlier. She didn't have the context, which is
Dude.
important.
Shit, that's why you got to listen, dude.
Yeah, if she was listening, she'd
Otherwise,
be busting my ass right now, but she's not. So I'm
yeah.
gonna
See,
clear-
there you go. Stay away.
I'm
Right
trying
now,
to
we
find a
have
male
studio.
equivalent, you guys, but
Yeah,
every
you
option
have to pick
sucks.
dudes, so we
They
can be
all
like,
suck.
you
I
know?
don't want one of them. Like,
Okay, I'll pick a guy for you. For not for you, but for me to pick. I'm picking Paul Rudd.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That's
I
a good
fucking hate
choice.
Paul Rudd,
Wait,
dude.
but I said Paul Rudd's my. That's
Oh,
my
he
pick,
is?
dude.
Okay, you can have him. I'll take JJ Redick, coach of the Lakers.
Dude, you love this guy. Last time we had a
Yeah.
conversation about
a
attractive
good-looking
men,
dude.
I said
He's-
Paul Rudd and you said JJ Redick.
JJ Redick,
dude.
yeah. So
That's
we have a
funny.
me and you, we have a type. I don't
He
know what the
just
big
kind of
deal is.
just looks like he's a good looking guy, actually. The picture in the suit's pretty good.
And he can hoop.
Yeah. Rob
know.
Lowe looks like he
I
has
don't
his shit
know.
together. That's a good one. Rob Lowe. He's so old, though.
I'm trying to think, like, who has
Wow. 80s Rob Lowe.
Okay,
He could.
I'm gonna add another.
It's Pillow Talk, so I'm going to bring the screen up so we can Google people and stuff.
Here's
Sorry, go
another
ahead.
to live and talk in LA event we can do. I want us to do ear cleanings. Have you ever seen those?
oh my gosh, my ears are pretty
I don't think I
clean.
can do that with you guys.
Why not?
The Jimenez are a very waxy people. I don't think you guys are ready for this smoke, dude. I clean my ears every day.
Okay, so
It's a lot.
So, well, I mean, you clean your ears every day, or so you think, until you do the ear cleaning where they go in there. I think we can go in there and we'll place bets on who has the waxiest ear, dirtiest ear.
It's not gonna be
That's
me. I
gross,
just said
dude.
that. My doctor literally looked in there and was like, "Wow, pretty good." So I think,
Yeah, I haven't been to the doctor in a couple of years, but last time I did, she was like, "Wow, your ears are really clean," and I'm like, "I know, I clean them obsessively with a Q-tip," and she's like, "Whatever you're doing is working."
I didn't tell
So,
her what I used, but
I don't
same.
care. No shame.
I see Chris Hemsworth in the YouTube chat. I don't hate that, but I think I found my man. I think it's Charlie Hunnam.
It's just-
Is that the dude from It's Always Sunny?
This is not the right.
Sons of Anarchy.
Sounds right. Oh,
What's his name?
Charlie Hunnam.
Interesting.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like his personality. I think he's clean. And I can respect if he was like, chomp on that.
Depends. Look at this guy, chat. I'm putting up probably
That's not the best picture of him.
I mean, there's 3. All those latest ones. He's looking a little scraggly.
I'm not lying. I think
I wish I could show you the one I'm looking at right now. Type in Charlie Hunnam smile.
Okay, he looks pretty good here. He has his shirt off and short hair. I think he's
I
just
think
got to
I-
keep his hair short.
I think I bowled next to him. Like one time we went bowling, he was the next lane over, and someone's, "Oh
What?
my, yeah, it's the guy from Sons of Anarchy," and it was like, I think it was him.
Did you say, who the fuck watches Sons of Anarchy?
No, I said, "Give me your gum."
Wait, who's
I have
Edward
something
Norton?
to do. Edward,
Edward
Norton?
He's Fight Club.
Oh, you know what? This is so funny
Who said
that
Edward Norton?
Third Eye just said Edward
Crazy.
Norton because of what? Is this movie lore?
I think he just likes Edward Norton. I don't know. He, what was he in? Isn't he in the new White Lotus?
He's not. Oh, I don't
Looking
know.
old. He's looking old.
He's in that really fucked up movie about Nazis.
History X.
American History X.
There it
Yeah.
is. That's his prime, though. That was Edward Norton in his prime.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got confused because Charlie Hunnam did something called Green Street Hooligans when he was younger. I don't know if you guys seen that, but it's like soccer hooligans and it's other type of gang shit. Wow. Yeah, I picked Charlie Hunnam.
All right.
That's my pick.
All right, I think we got everything sussed out. We clarified that. It took 13 minutes, but now we know. So this is what we're doing here.
So thanks for coming to the show. Um,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm gonna take some of these notes out, by the way.
Oh, don't delete all the things. I'll use that for our head to head at some other time.
Okay. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Aw, thanks for hanging out, you guys.
Yeah.
Happy to live and talk in LA day. Share this with your friends. Give us a rating if you feel like it. We love you more if you
Follow
do.
us on Spotify. I mean, the Apple Podcast app, and also Spotify. Who cares? Fuck it, just do it. That's what I did on my
Yeah.
phone today. I made sure I'm subscribed on both, and I am because it's free.
Dude, if you
Smart.
give
What's the
if you give a
difference?
review, me and Victor will do 5 push-ups on our story. For
Oh, I thought you were
per
gonna
review.
say you could spit gum in our mouth.
Oh, that's
Ew,
if
no.
That's if you donate $50.
You gotta subscribe for like a whole year. You gotta give 10 subs, and we'll see.
If here's the pillow talk thing. We'll announce it next week too. Like for every positive review we get, and you have to screenshot it and show it to us and post on a story. It's 5 push-ups, and we'll add them up.
And Evelyn doesn't have to do any. Is that right? We're just.
Nah, I ain't never do a push up in my life,
You-
She's
dude.
gonna do.
Can we make her do one? Just-
she'll-
I could
Oh,
do like
yeah.
an assisted one. Like we can figure that out.
Yeah, like
I'll wait for all of the screenshots to come through.
yeah. Well, don't hold your breath, but you know that's it's just out there for our peeps. So you leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts because I don't think you can do it in Spotify. Can you?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Find out, you guys. Let us
But
know.
if you leave a written review and take a screenshot and tag us, then we'll do 5 push-ups per review. So if we have to do 50, that'd be great. That'd be a great problem.
Yeah, not in a row, but you know, we'll do
We'll
something.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right.
Recording stopped.
See you, stream.
Later,
Bye-bye.
guys.